I.O.W. Network. Hey, man, you keep switching it up. The music going. I like that. That was kind of funky. It's time to get funky. Hey, I like that though. But anyway, excuse the tardiness. Now people had to do, had to take care of some business. It's all good, but we here, y'all. It's your boy Walker in the building. You know who that guy is, Detroit Mel. Back from the D.
That's right.
Matter of fact, how was your trip, bro?
Wasn't bad, man. Wasn't bad at all.
Got a chance to, hang with the fam.
Right. Okay. Hang out. Okay. Chill a little bit.
Yeah. How was your Father's Day, homie?
It was good, man.
Man. That's what's
Hectic.
Up. Yeah.
Hectic.
I had a good time. Went to our little Mexican spot we go to out in Mooresville. Had some had a big ass glass of Modelo. Shout out Modelo.
Still look for that sponsorship.
You damn right. Hey, look. If they send us a check, it help us out. So until Modelo send a check, I'm gonna keep shouting out till they send the check. Send the check. But after that, just chilled at the crib. After that, once I got home, man, had me a big old a lady took down almost like 4 pounds of crab legs to ourselves, man. She's like, what you want?
I heard, I said 4 pounds of crack. I was like,
no, not crack. Crab legs. Crab legs.
I thought you was about to say crack.
No, I don't do crack. So crack is whack.
So you had a good
No. Crack is whack. I'm on my Whitney Houston. Crack is whack.
Yeah,
all right.
She was smoking while she was saying that. So that wasn't a good example, sir. That was not a good example.
Crack is whack. But anyway, let's get all the house cleaning and preliminary shit out the way. Y'all going over to the website, www.ioftenwonder19.com, and that is the website where you can get all the information of all the platforms that we are streaming on, from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Snapchat, all that.
Right.
Of course, you can go to the Patreon. You can go cop some of the merch. I'm rocking the Detroit shirt today.
Got the merch on.
Yeah, he got the hoodie.
I just got the hoodie and got to sit by the vent in here.
Yeah. So I'm rocking a Detroit shirt today. Detroit Mel in the building. And then, of course, most importantly,
Scott says Modelo time.
Yeah, it is always Modelo time. It's always Modelo time in my books. Most importantly, if you guys haven't downloaded the I.O.W. Network app, going over to your respective app store. If you are a Google Android user, going over to the Google Play Store. If you are an Apple iOS user, going over to the Apple Store. Download the I.O.W. Network radio app. It's important because not only are we streaming there right now, in conjunction with the live stream, but hour number 2 is strictly on the I.O.W. Network. So that's why it's important.
That's right.
Especially on the I.O.W. Network, hour 2 is more interactive than it is on the live stream. It gives you a chance to call in on your WhatsApp. You dig.
You did.
Call in, talk your shit, give a hot take, rep your team, rep your city. The number's streaming right now on the bottom of the screen. Just do it. I don't know what you're doing. You are missing a lot if you don't have the app. You're missing great music from a lot of independent artists, from Silent Hill, Daddy Snake, Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
You're also missing good music from damn near the Temptations, DMX. I mean,
Right.
we got not Creed. I was gonna say Creed. I know you put no Creed on there, but
Working
like
on
Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana, Garbage.
Oh yeah, you got all types of genres of music. And then of course you got plenty of podcasts on there.
Yeah.
You got the I.O.W Sports Show, of course.
That's this one.
Yeah. You got the I Often Wonder podcast. You know, the granddaddy that started it all.
Right.
You got the Dirty Hills on Saturdays for all you wrestling heads out there.
Dirty Hills.
Shout out to Kofi Weaston and Good Brother Both.
Right.
You got LJ Presents, L. Jeffrey Moore. Shout out to Big Bruh. Daddy Cooks.
Ars Paradox.
Yeah, Ars Paradox. White Ball. I mean,
and then we got
on
the morning show with Love Cafe out
with
of
Vicky
Singapore
Esther.
with Vicky
Esther. Yes, sir. She be doing her thing. And then, of course, on Sunday, it's the day of the Lord. If you need some healing after all that sinning, tune into the I.O.W network on Sunday and get your healing.
Yeah.
But no, we got a lot of stuff on the I.O.W network. But since we got all that house cleaning out the way,
right,
let's get down to business of what we came to do. We came to talk some sports. So all you Father's Day, I hope you had a wonderful Father's Day. You got spoiled with a lot of sports on Sundays.
There's a lot of sports,
from golf to basketball, of course, baseball, hockey. If you're into wrestling, Hell in a Cell was Sunday night too from WWE. But a lot of
soccer
stuff. Yeah, soccer. The Copa America Cup. Then you got the Euro Cup that's going on as well too. But a lot of sports, but most important, let's get down to the business of what everybody's talking about. The Atlanta Hawks with ice cold Trae Young went down to Philly and took game 7, the winner take all. And with a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Atlanta Hawks go down to Philly, get the win, and beat the Philadelphia 76ers 103-96. Man, I'm not going to say I told you so. I did pick the Hawks.
Yeah, he did pick the Hawks.
I mean, because I was assuming that Joel Embiid wasn't going to play.
Right.
But
he played.
And
they still lost.
Man, hectic game.
Hectic series.
Well, hectic series. You're right. And I'm looking at it this way. Philly had their chance to end that series a while ago. Game 4, they were up. I think it was 16 or 18, and Atlanta came back and got that win. Game 5, they were up 24, and Atlanta again came back and got that win. Again, Philly collapsed. Another collapse from Doc Rivers. Another collapse from another Doc Rivers team. I mean, you go from LA, had your mini collapses. Now you go to Philly, have your collapses again. Who's to blame on this, bro? Who's to blame?
It's enough blame to go around.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as a one. I mean, I hear what's up,
Melvin.
What's up, bro? Of the Bucks and the Hawks. You know, I hear what a lot of people saying. I don't think it's just on one person.
Yeah.
You know, you can blame Doc on it. You know, game 7, you deep in your bench. You can blame Ben Simmons for it.
Oh, but we'll definitely talk about that.
You can blame Embiid for it because he made. I mean, specifically with game 7.
Yeah. So let's focus on just game 7. And I mean, if you want, you know, you can comment on the whole series. But here's my thing about so Ben Simmons is a liability. There's no way to talk around that.
Right.
I mean, what he does great on the defensive end, but when it comes to offensively,
too bad you can't just take him out defense and then put somebody in for offense, back to defense, back and forth.
Look, when you got one of your most expensive players on the roster and you can't leave him in crunch time, that's an issue. That's an issue. So that's one issue, and I don't know, like that play when he had Gallinari guarding on him, he came around and spun around on him, and then was right there at the hoop.
Yeah, everybody talk about that play,
and he passed it up.
Pivotal point.
Well, my thing is you're 6'10", about 240,
but
250.
Here's the thing about Ben Simmons. I mean, in the series overall, and also in that particular play.
Yeah.
They shook his confidence.
Oh, his confidence is
and so when he spent
shot, bro.
And got to the rim, in his mind, I mean, I'm assuming because when he probably was thinking they're gonna put me on the foul line.
Yeah,
I can't go to the foul line,
yeah.
and I ain't making them. Let me pass it off and get that responsibility to somebody else. But if you want to be considered an elite player, you gotta take all that stuff on your shoulders and go.
You gotta shoot, bro.
You gotta shoot. You know what I'm saying? If they put you on the foul line, so be it.
So be it.
You have to shoot. I mean, you can't be consider yourself an elite player and want an elite player contract.
Yeah.
And you scared
to shoot,
or scared to get put on the line. It's ridiculous, man.
How does he get this far in his NBA career and hasn't improved in not just his jump shot, not just his free throw shooting, but just the confidence just to take a shot?
Right.
Like literally, you are 6'10", about 240, 250. Mm-hmm. And when you make that spin to get away from Gallinari, who's there at the hoop?
Right.
Trae Young?
Right.
You telling me you can't dunk on Trae Young?
But here's the thing, at that height, even Gallinari behind you.
Yeah.
You in front of him.
Yeah, he's behind you.
He's gonna foul you. And if, you know what I'm saying?
Going for the shot.
He foul you.
Yes.
I mean, you look at I guess for me, on this standpoint, I dunk it. That's a high percentage shots. That's at least 2 points.
High percentage shot.
If I don't make the free throw, there's still an opportunity we can get the rebound.
The crazy thing is Ben Simmons, we know he's limited on offense. But what he does do well on offense is get to the cup.
Right.
You at the cup.
Mm-hmm. You right there.
I mean, you right there.
You go all you get to the rim to kick it out to on the side. What kind of sense does that make?
And not only do you kick it, the homeboy misses the layup, and then he only
missed the whole ball.
Yes, and then he made 1 or 2 free throws.
Right. And now following play, I think when Embiid lost the ball.
Now I gotta say this,
okay,
because with that play that Ben Simmons did, that was one of Embiid's talking points.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, I don't know how to say it, but I thought the turning point was we had an open shot, we missed, and we made 1 free throw.
Mm-hmm. Now he does say at the you listed the whole sound bite. He does admit that he came down the next play and turned over the ball.
Yeah, but my thing is he says that after the fact.
Yeah, he does.
Now I don't know. What I read is he literally pretty much got in the driver's seat of the bus and ran Ben Simmons over with it. And
I know I'm gonna say this. Normally, I would say I have a problem with that, but in this particular,
no, I have a huge problem.
In this particular case,
yeah,
everybody's piling on this nigga. Everybody piling on Ben Simmons. So this really shows you where the locker room is at.
Well, I know what you're saying, and I get that. But here's my issue and why I have a problem with Joel Embiid saying that.
Okay.
Because to me, I don't care how you slice it and dice it.
Okay.
He put fault on that play.
Mm-hmm.
And here's my main issue with this is that you look at Joel Embiid and you had 8 turnovers in this game. And you had 8 turnovers in game 6. Right. So as much as you want to sit there and point the finger, to this play, that play, you had 8 turnovers in the game.
Right.
So you need to, before you even try to get there and say, point and say this was the reason why we lost, bro, look at your whole totality in that. And I get it. I think Joel Embiid had a great series.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically in game 7, when you sit there and say that comment, but then I look at your stat line and you got 8 turnovers, how about you don't get 8 turnovers?
I said that earlier, Melvin.
How about you don't get 8 turnovers? And then you can possibly say, we can maybe, if I don't have this blunder here, and then also some of your shot selection at Joel Embiid, I didn't care for.
Yeah, I didn't care for a couple.
You know what I'm saying? So
let me read Melvin's comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, if Ben Simmons wants to be Rondo from the Celtics, then he needs to forfeit his contract so he can get a real number 2. And then he says, Joel didn't say that. He detailed the last two Let me click on it. He detailed the entire last 2 minutes, including his turnovers at the end.
And I get that. But I'm saying he's saying that after the fact, after he's kind of pretty much putting blame on Ben Simmons.
Right.
My thing is if you are a true leader of your team, you would never say that comment. If you are the true leader of that team, just take it on the chin, say, hey, we could have played better. We made mistakes as a team. But to single that out, period, I didn't like that.
I guess the difference is, and if I'm not mistaken, the question was, when he was answering the question, in his mind, he said that was the pivotal point.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And in his mind, that might have been what he thought. But include his turnover.
And I get that. But that was the last 2 minutes of the game. There was plenty of pivotal points before that. There's a lot of stuff that adds up to that.
Right.
You know, like I said, when you got 8 turnovers, I don't want to hear no blame on nobody.
Sixers choke, period.
Oh, no, they choked.
They said, yeah, you're right.
No, they choked. You're right, Mel. They did choke.
That was Tim.
Oh, Tim
said that, yeah.
Yeah, Tim.
And Mel said, I agree. A true leader would take it on the chin. Yeah.
Just if you the true leader.
Oh, Sincere in the house.
Sincere, what's up?
0-point shot in the fourth quarter for 4 games. He is mentally defeated. Yeah, that's what we were saying, Sincere. I just think but I guess my problem would be, and pointing over to what Mel was saying too.
Yeah.
If you want to be considered the man or considered the premier player on that team, you gotta have your mental together. You can't allow people to take you out of your game. Not for a whole series.
His mental,
you know what I'm saying? Not for a whole series.
Yeah.
I mean, every now and then somebody get in your head, but for a whole series, bro, after you lose that one game you lose, you in the gym.
And
that's what good players do.
And you are right. And I also, I know what Doc Rivers, his comments, what he said, and the reporter asked him, can you get to a championship with Ben? And he goes, well, I don't know.
I think that was out of frustration, though.
It was out of frustration. And, but, look, Doc Rivers been known that people, look, I saw a clip just a minute ago. Josh Smith, former player that played in the league. He's taking shots at Doc Rivers, saying that he doesn't make adjustments. And I'm saying that to say this. So you take the same team in the Clippers.
Okay.
You switch out Doc Rivers for Ty Lue. Ty Lue literally was without his best player for the last 2 of that series against Utah, and still managed to get the victories and managed to get to Western Conference Finals and almost won game 1. It literally took a heroic effort from Devin Booker to get that game for Phoenix.
Right.
So, but if you look at how Ty Lue has been coaching that same squad that just fired Doc Rivers, he's making adjustments.
Right. I agree with you, Sincere.
He's making adjustments damn near every second he can. He's like, I'm not liking this. Because there was a point in time where I'm like, why isn't DeMarcus Cousins not playing against Utah and bodying up against Rudy Gobert? He went small ball. Then he exploited Rudy Gobert, couldn't guard, people outside the paint.
Right.
But now you saw game 1, and he put DeAndre against him. So I mean,
Mel would say Josh Smith trying to do the Kwame Brown thing, but God, pay no mind to that.
But I mean, I know what you're saying, man. But there's a lot of people kind of coming at Doc saying he's not making adjustments.
I'm gonna read Sincere comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Speak to what you said. Sincere said a bad game is one thing, but when you don't even attempt to shoot or you pass the ball as soon as it hits your hands for fear of being fouled, you got to ride the pine. I agree with that.
Oh, no argument there, because I think we said that on the last show.
I agree with that.
Because there's literally like, soon as he gets the ball, he's like, oh, no.
Right.
I don't want that.
Right.
It's like a hot potato to him. He's like, oh, I'm good. Oh, you take it.
Right.
No, I don't need it.
Right.
I mean, that's the issue.
I don't know. Here's my thing. I was thinking about the day I was listening to a couple of programs.
Yeah.
I've never been a bandwagon person.
No.
And so I hate when you watch all the programs and they use talking points. All of them say the same thing. So, people pretty much said, Doc Rivers can't win, and everybody jumped all over Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
he need to go. Now I kind of may fall in that somewhere, but at the same time, the team lost that game.
Oh yeah, and that's why I referenced game 4 and 5 when you're up double digits and you got control of the game, and then all of a sudden, well, here's what I'm really baffled about yesterday in game 7, in particular the game 7. Trae Young had an awful shooting game.
Right.
He made a couple of clutch shots in the latter half of the fourth quarter. But when you literally have like their Atlanta runs through Trae Young and he's having an awful shooting night.
He's supposed to win that game.
You're supposed to win that game. Period.
Right.
So I mean, I don't look. We'll kind of jump an hour or two on what you do with Philly, how you make adjustments.
Sell them. Melvin said Tyree made amazing adjustments. That's good. That isn't good. Okay. That's good. Doc didn't.
They're different.
They're different. Popovich don't make a lot of adjustments either. He wouldn't even play T-Mac when the Heat is going up so fast. I can't read it when the Heat beat them. Doc not making adjustments work sometimes it don't.
Yeah.
Trae Young, I think jumping so fast like this. Trae Young was 5 for 23. Right. Tobias Harris catch fire and then go back into the phone. But I said that too.
Yeah.
And who expected what that say? Opie to hit 27.
Oh, Kevin Horter. He called that boy Opie.
Opie Cunningham.
He called that boy Opie.
But here's my thing. I go back to what I said earlier because I don't think you can point out one thing with the Philly loss.
It's a culmination.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you got all the factors in your favor, you got one of the best players on the other team not shooting well.
Oh, he had a horrible night.
And you got a big man like Embiid.
Yes.
And then you got Tobias Harris, who, like I said before, when you catch on fire.
Yeah.
Take him out when he cold.
Yeah.
Adjustments. You know what I'm saying? I think Doc's a good coach. The Doc is not an excellent coach. And excellent coaches will win championships.
I mean, I agree with Mel's comment 100%. Yes, he doesn't make adjustments. Sometimes it works for him in his favor, and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
This is 3 occurrences in this series that make him not making adjustments didn't work out.
Right.
Game 4 and game 5, you're up double digits. They could have closed this series out a long time ago.
Literally, they could have closed 2 games. You was up at least double digits. There's no way and you're a good team.
And that's what I'm saying.
You should lose those
if they didn't give up those leads in game 4 and 5, the series is over.
Right.
So
we ain't talking about. We're
not even talking about this series.
We won't be talking about Trae and Ben Simmons.
Not at all.
But that's my thing about bandwagon stuff. So here's the thing: if he still played the same way, Philly won a series. No one's talking about trading him, but you still got the same problem
because they lost.
The same thing with Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
He's a great coach. I'm not saying he's not a good coach.
Yeah.
But what if they lost the series? Everybody be talking about, he the coach of the year. He's still a good coach.
Yeah.
The other team could just play better. He still made the adjustments. Other team might have just overcame him.
I hear you.
That's what I'm saying about when you watching sports or anything, period. But since we talking about sports, you watching sports.
Don't become a
prisoner
of the moment.
Don't be right.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? You have to watch it for what it is.
Yeah, and you're 100%. But when we talked about it last week, when Doc Rivers is starting to become a habit, it did because this is, I think
he might need to be an assistant coach.
I'm saying this is like the 11th or 12th playoff collapse. He had several collapses with the Clippers.
Right.
Now he's just had one big major collapse right here with the Sixers. I mean, look, one time is a happenstance, twice you're like, this is almost 11-12. This is beyond a habit. You know, this is starting to become part of his calling card right now.
Yeah, you're right. We gotta still give it up to Nate McMillan. He did a great job.
Oh no! Oh look,
we're not taking nothing away from Atlanta.
I'm not taking nothing away from Nate. I'm not taking nothing away from Atlanta because they did what they were supposed to do. They went and were down double digits in game 4 and game 5. They fought back and they won. They went to Philly, and I'm like, oh man, I thought they was going to take care of the series in Atlanta, and they didn't. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh shit, they got to go back to Philly.
Sincere made a good comment.
They got to go back to Philly.
Right. He said, go to Mel's statement. If you are going to have a bad offensive game, you have to be able to affect the game offensively in a different way. I.e., Trae Young still had an effect on the offense, even while he was shooting 5.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point.
That's what makes great players.
Yes.
That's what makes great players. You have to know, okay, I'm not shooting well. What else can I do? That's why we talk about the James Harden thing.
And that's what's crazy, because even though Trae Young was having a bad shooting night, he was still penetrating, going to the hole, and then, you know, the defense would collapse on him. Pause. Chill out. But he was still hitting Clint Capella on those little bunny alley-oops. He was still, you know, like Sincere said, had Opie hit some open shots. But that was because Trae Young was still, you know, affecting Philly's defense, even though he wasn't making his shots.
You had to still account for him because you don't know if he's going to get.
Oh yeah, you still had to account for him.
You know, and that's the thing. That's the thing about great players. You know, if you're a great player or a great shooter, you still have to account for that person, because if they get hot, they're going to kill you.
I mean, look, Trae Young still dropped 10 dimes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm having a bad shooting night, but when you drop 10 dimes, and that still affects the Phillies defense, and
what up, though, Peaches?
You still got to account for it. Peaches, what's up? But I mean, I just don't care for Joel Embiid saying that. I just don't.
I agree,
because if I'm Ben Simmons,
I agree.
Because if I'm Ben Simmons, bro, we got to talk.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna say it,
we got to talk.
I'm gonna back it up.
Because my thing is like, look, bro, you over here talking about my play, but bro, you had a very key turnover amongst the 8 turnovers. So look, he said what he said. He better be able to stand on it. Because if I'm Ben, we got to talk, bro. Because the word on the street is, and I've been hearing multiple reports that they really not jiving.
I mean, but here's my thing too with that. They kind of got similar games. I mean, not similar skill, but similar games.
They gotta be in the paint.
You know what I'm saying? It's like big man, down in the paint, but Embiid have a better outside shot than
of course.
So it's like
Embiid's gonna take the shot.
And so to that point, why do you need him on your team?
We'll address that a little later on.
Melvin said Doc is number 6 in all-time playoff wins, has made the finals twice, and has a ring. He is also number 10 all-time regular season wins. It's cool to call out his negative trends, but all his teams compete. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I got no beef with what you're saying, man. Not at all.
But I still think that you have to still look at why you not finishing. What about your collapse? Is that a problem? Is that an issue? I understand what Mel's saying.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that I disagree, but at the same time, it's something you look at because it's right there.
And it kind of goes back to Mel's early comment. He doesn't make adjustments. Sometimes it works out for him. Sometimes it don't.
Right.
But my thing is, this is getting into the double digits in the playoffs that this is happening. So what I'm saying is he could have more than one championship as a coach. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't know if that matters to him or not, but my thing is like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This is almost 11th to 12th that this is happening, that his teams that he's coaching is having bad collapse. Look, it's almost similar to Andy Reid in the NFL.
Yeah, you heard that a lot about Andy Reid.
How many years was he in Philly? He went to what? I think it was 3 straight NFC Championship games. Couldn't get it done. He goes to Kansas City, and y'all know me. I'm a Chiefs fan. I was frustrated with Andy Reid for a minute.
He went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but damn took Patrick Mahomes.
No, he went with McNabb.
Yeah, well, yeah, he went with McNabb, but they couldn't get it done.
He just lost to the Patriots.
I mean, you know, when you go against Tom Brady and Belichick in the playoffs,
that's when they had T.O.
Yeah, but you know, say they had Andy Reid had the same knock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
so what changed?
I mean, you upgrade Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes, that changes a lot.
No, I'm saying, I'm just saying. Besides that, so is it the players? He didn't have the players he needed around.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. It's just that.
Because Andy Reid's the staying coaches.
Look, to win a championship, you got to have the perfect formula. You got to be able to make adjustments, good coaching, and you got to have the team. It doesn't necessarily have to have the best athletes. It needs to be the best congealed team.
Right.
Everybody plays their role.
I say it all the time about we talk about Duke players.
Yeah.
Other teams that fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
And they do well. It's not that they have the greatest athletes.
No.
They just fundamentally sound.
And I'm gonna say this and real quick, and we'll move on to the next topic. Not all your championship teams are built with the best athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Athleticism could only take you to a certain point.
Ask UNLV. Ask the 5-5.
It only takes you so far.
Mm-hmm.
If I mean, let's look at the NCAA championship this year. The way that Baylor blew out Gonzaga.
Right.
Baylor had the better athletes, but they were the better team that worked as one unit. They had the best defensive team that day. They had the better offensive team that day.
Right.
They had the better team, and they had better athletes.
Right.
So, and they walked away with the NCAA championship. So it is not always the better athletes. Because if that was the case, John Calipari would be in the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah.
With all the athletes he had on Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
But look at all the one and dones that also kind of doomed him because he doesn't have the best congealed team.
Right. He's got a bunch of
all-stars.
Yeah. So seriously, the fact remains Ben Simmons has not improved his skills. He's in his 5th year. Oh
no, that's a fact. There's no debating that.
So what is that a mental thing?
At this point,
what I mean by that, I mean like, so you look at, let's take Kobe, Jordan, and you talk about how, especially like Kobe, because more recent, how you talk about he always in the gym, he always working. That's a mentality.
Look, we'll dig deeper in the mentality on that in hour 2. But I'm gonna say this: he was keeping up with the Kardashians. Maybe he should have been keeping up in the gym.
They gonna Kardashians be messing everybody up.
Hey, them damn Kardashians is poison. All my brothers stay away from them.
Then turn older into a crackhead.
If you are a professional athlete, stay away from them Jenner and them Kardashian girls.
Got that nigga older like, man, I suck your dick. Got that nigga older out there smoking crack.
Yo, stop. Yo,
you want some cheeseburgers?
I suck your dick for a championship. Boy, you foolish. Oh, I can't stand
that
you.
nigga older up.
Oh, man. Oh, but game 1 yesterday, of course, Western Conference Finals has finally taken off. The Los Angeles Clippers, which I'm still gonna give Sincere some heck for that. Definitely gonna give you some heck for that because
I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear now? Oh, you
technical difficulty.
Now you can't hear. Now you can't hear shit. Because I told you the Clippers was gonna win that series. But no, so Clippers, they do take the L, lose to the Phoenix Suns 120-114. But I want to talk about Devin Booker.
Okay.
Devin Booker's performance is the performance that I'm looking for from a player. Devin Booker is a shooting guard.
Right.
We know he can shoot at the gym. You know, he needs to work on his defense a little bit better,
right.
A little bit more. But without Chris Paul, without your field general, without your true point guard, Booker managed to be the point guard and the shooting guard yesterday. Like literally, If you watch the game, he literally made sure that he kept his team involved.
Right.
And you saw the confidence his teammates was playing with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, DeAndre Ayton was getting his. Mikal Bridges was doing his. Devin Booker might be taking his. I think he is.
Yeah.
Because he admired Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hanging with Kobe before his untimely death.
Right.
And literally being a sponge around Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
But he literally kept his team involved. Right. And then the moment he noticed that, all right, this is getting a little bit out of hand, we starting to lose ground on these Clippers. And then second half, he's like, I'm gonna still keep y'all involved, but to make sure we close the gap, bah, bah,
so that's what you gotta do, though, man.
Bah. I mean, when you look at a performance like that, how the hell is Devin Booker not getting any All-Star appearances? How is he not making any all-team teams? How the hell is not? I'm just curious. How the hell is Devin Booker?
It's all politics, man.
Oh well, trust me, I get that, and I agree with you, 100% on that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't front on this man's game.
That's true.
When I look, I know last week I said, Suns is taking the first 2 games of the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the news came down with Chris Paul, I'm like, oh well, damn, I'm about to have egg on my face. I'm confident now that take is still going to uphold, because look at how the Clippers been playing every series. They go down 0-2 every series.
Mm-hmm. They can't go down 0-2 against this. Not the way the Suns is playing. They keep playing like this. They go down 0-2. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. Clippers in trouble.
Not only they gonna be in trouble, I mean, with the whole COVID shit with Chris Paul, hopefully Tuesday he's able to play. I got a feeling he'll be eligible.
Yeah, I agree with
Tuesday.
I agree with Sincere said too.
All the media station on the East Coast, so that's who they look at. Oh yeah, it's look, it's similar to what you just said. It's politics. It's a popularity contest. But come on, y'all need to stop fronting on my man. Hey, look,
I'm saying that ain't Shannon Sharp can't take LeBron dick out of his mouth for nothing. Care what you say. That nigga like,
go James. Go James. Skip.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man. He got excuse for LeBron all the time. Man, look, he's 36, man.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this about the Clippers, because they had great contributions. They had great contributions in that series against the Jazz.
Right.
You had Marcus Morris playing big, Reggie Jackson playing big. Of course, Terrence Mann, that performance he put on,
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
This nigga wide open all the time. You gotta hit him.
No, but he had 31 in that game 7.
Well,
or that game 6. I'm sorry.
Right.
Game 6.
Didn't go game 7.
Skip. But here's, and then I'm gonna allude this to. I'm gonna kind of repeat this when we talk about Brooklyn and the Bucks.
Okay.
When you get contributions from players that you don't normally get, now at this point you're looking for consistency.
Right.
Terrence,
that is key.
That's key. So in this game Sunday, Terrence Mann only had 9 points. You didn't get that consistency that he had in the Jazz game. Marcus Morris didn't have the same. He went 3 from 11, 0 from 5 from downtown.
Right.
He was hitting all his threes against the Jazz. Didn't show it. It didn't translate.
Right.
Nicholas Batum. He added little stuff every now and then, but didn't come over.
Right.
But here's one positive thing that I think the Clippers could look at. Even though DeMarcus Cousins went 4 for 10, not a great shooting night, shot 40%, but he chipped in 11 points.
Right.
4 boards. Only played 13 minutes. Possibly if you turn his minutes up, maybe he can contribute a little bit more. So that's one thing that I'm always looking for in the playoffs, is when you get players that you don't normally are expecting to have those huge contributions and then they do it. I'm looking for the consistency now. And I think that's what bit the Clippers in this game against the Suns in game 1 on Sunday.
Right.
Is that those same players that once they knew Kawhi wasn't coming back, and then game 5 and 6, all those names I said, Terrence Mann, Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum. You know, I mean, Reggie Jackson he's actually still been playing pretty damn well,
right?
And you know, but those three guys that contributed all in that Jazz series, they disappeared in that game one.
Oh, I think one of the things too you gotta look at is that, especially if you're comparing it to the game 6, Utah was leaving Terrence Mann open.
Oh yeah,
so
they didn't respect him.
You know, so they ain't had like you said, no respect for him. So he was hitting knocking down those shots. So of course his number's gonna go up. Then when he got over to this series, they was putting the man on him. Yeah. He wasn't open like that. So that's why he wasn't able to hit those shots. So
now they like, you ain't doing that again.
Well, we was watching the game, bro. We was watching the game.
Oh, we saw it. You ain't doing that.
Right. So I think a lot of times too is about matchups. You know, how they match up against certain teams. Certain teams, other players match up, especially role players.
Yes.
They match up well against certain players, certain teams. So I think if you look at it from that standpoint, that's why you see some of the inconsistencies in role players. But when you're talking about your star players, there's no excuse for them not being consistent.
Yeah. You know, maybe I'm too hard. Maybe I want a better shooting night from Paul George. You know, I get you throw up 26 shots, but you only made 10. You know, you shot way under 50%.
Nigga, Paul George is like, nigga, I got you this far. I ain't supposed to do this.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but you know, like I said, you know, I needed Pacer P to show up. You know, and then you saw flashes of Pacer P in that game, but you also saw a little bit of Pandemic P show up a little bit too.
That's my point. That nigga's like, okay, man, I'm running out of gas. I'm used to being out the playoffs by now.
I ain't used to being in a conference final game.
I ain't supposed to be here.
He's like, well, hell, well, since we here, you want to shoot? You know,
when ain't Kawhi coming back?
I don't think he's coming back.
I'm saying that's what Paul George probably said.
Oh, no, that's probably. Oh, that's definitely what Paul George is saying.
You all right, bro?
Come on, come on, and B could play with a partially torn meniscus in his knee.
Put some rubber toast on that.
Some tussin
on that thing. You good? A little peroxide, some witch hazel.
Hey, remember your grandma? Take that Pepto-Bismol and sit on down. Yeah,
put some witch hazel on it. You good?
Witch hazel.
Come on out here and play, nigga.
I mean, but look, I am shocked that the Suns were able to pull out that game one without CP3.
Right.
I mean, that was one thing I was worried about. I'm like, you're losing a lot with Chris Paul. Chris Paul is not going to blow you out the mind with stats, especially not scoring wise. Can he get 20, 25? Yeah. That's not his game, though. His game is to facilitate, get his team involved, because he's going to drop at least 10 to 15 dimes. That's a given.
Right.
And then every now and then he'll get his mid-range game going. But I mean, look, I'm in awe of Devin Booker. That was just crazy. But I got to give props to the whole Suns yesterday. They all showed up. I mean, Crowder, 13 points, 6 boards. He went 5 for 10 shooting. Mikal Bridges went 6 of 11 shooting for his 14 points. And then again, DeAndre Ayton, 9 boards, 20 points. Cameron Payne, he didn't shoot a lot, went 5 for 10.
Mentioned him too.
Yeah, 11 points. You got Cameron Johnson, came off the bench. He dropped 12 points. What's his name? Torrey Craig. He didn't do a lot, but he went 3 for 5 shooting, 2 for 2 for downtown, dropped his little 8 points. You know what I'm saying? He got 6 boards. So you got contributions off the bench. Every starter went into double figures.
Right.
And then it all culminates with the superstar on that team that made sure that his whole team was involved.
He
still got his.
Make sure everybody ate.
Everybody ate. And that's how they up 1-0. So
go ahead and go 4-0 and go take this on to the house.
Oh damn. I know you hate the Clippers and you can't wait for them to go with it.
4-0. Got them brooms.
We'll actually give our picks later on and how we really feel about that with the West Conference Finals. I wish we could have been able to give our picks before game one, but it is what it is.
Right.
But We got to talk about.
I picked the Suns winning game 1.
Well, I said the Suns were going to go up 2-0. So, you know, but Saturday night, game 7.
Mm-hmm.
We're Brooklyn now. They going fishing. Overtime loss to the Milwaukee Bucks, 115, 111 in overtime.
I gotta say this.
Say it.
Brook Lopez.
I
would have got his neck broken. We lost that game.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the most boneheaded play I've seen in my life. You got 2.1 seconds on the shot clock.
And he's looking to pass it.
Why are you? And then you ain't even passing it towards the rim.
He's going the opposite way.
You're passing it out. So here's the thing. In a game that's that close.
Yes.
If somebody swipes at the ball and the ball goes past the player you're throwing it to, and Brooklyn gets the ball, that's easy layup.
Easy.
Why would you even throw it that way?
Easy.
But this time of the game, if anything, shoot the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You get a chance. If you don't make it, if it hits the rim and you get the ball, you know what I'm saying, new shot clock.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. If I miss something prior to that, why didn't the shot clock reset?
I don't know.
Nobody brought that up. I was like, the Bucks shot the ball. It hit the rim.
Yeah.
They got the rebound. The shot clock didn't reset. Is that a new rule I don't know about? Somebody tell me.
So here's my synopsis of that game. Mm-hmm. And I get what you're saying. It was a couple of blunders from the refs. I was
because that game should have been over right there.
Can I say this? The refs, what were they looking at in that game? There was a
Pornhub.
They was watching some smut.
That nigga on Pornhub like, yeah, go ahead.
Foul, yeah.
Number 24. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I don't know what the refs were doing in that game. To me, it was some questionable officiating. But to be fair, it was questionable officiating both ways. You know what I'm saying? There was hell a lot of contact on both sides between Brooklyn and Milwaukee. But I'm gonna start with Brooklyn. So here's my thing. I feel that Steve Nash showed his rookie coaching jitters.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest mistake that I felt he made was there was in overtime before KD took that last shot. I didn't like that play in here. And
good shot though.
Well, so I'm gonna lead up to that.
Okay.
I didn't like the fact that he had a timeout in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
There's 11 seconds left. You got the rebound. You got a chance to either tie or go for the win.
Right.
Take the timeout.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Set up there's 11. You got the rebound with like at least 11 seconds left. Take the timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Cool everybody down. Like, all right. Let's woosah, y'all. Like this is our chance to
namaste.
This is our chance to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's just take a breath. Let's calm everybody's nerves down. That showed his rookie prowess as a coach right there. I didn't understand that. Like take the time. Every coach in America I know would have taken that time out.
Right.
Take the time out. Just woo-sah.
Right.
Woo-sah. And then, so you just let him play on. I didn't like the play call of KD taking that shot because KD's dog shit tired.
Mm-hmm.
Dog shit tired. And now I understand him taking a shot because he had the smaller Drew Holiday on him. Mm-hmm. I get that. But I also don't understand is like, if you got the smaller Drew Holiday on him, KD's game, he can shoot from anywhere in the court.
Mm-hmm.
Either take it to the hole, and then if somebody, because I saw kind of Giannis in the paint kind of looking that way. And so if Giannis, when it came up, KD's good at the spot up mid-range shot.
Right.
Take that shot.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got a smaller Drew Holiday on you, like, yo, I ain't settling for three. I'm about to go. So I didn't like that play call either, even though I just didn't feel that was the right play. Look, because we knew who was getting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We knew.
I'll make somebody else beat me.
But he's tired.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Take the time out. Give your boys a chance to get a little bit of breather. Because if he had just a little bit of ounce of energy left in him, he probably could have made that 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you take that time out. And another thing that I didn't care for was Steve Nash.
You talking about an overtime, but the one that
an overtime.
Okay.
Because he had a timeout in his pocket, sitting right there. I didn't understand why he didn't take the timeout. And another thing I didn't care for was you still got James Harden still with the hamstring issue. And
why he playing 53 minutes?
Why? That's my point.
Why is he playing 53 minutes?
I didn't understand Steve Nash's rotation.
Right. He should have been rotated out.
Bro, he only played 8 guys. So there was pretty much only 2 guys that got time off the bench. 20 minutes came off the bench. Jeff Green, Landry Shamet.
Right.
Landry Shamet had 7 minutes. Jeff Green had 13. You went away from Jeff Green. That helped you get that game in game 5. And he did it to him in game 6. Right. Cut his minutes down. And Jeff Green couldn't get in rhythm in game 6. Right. So he couldn't recreate what he did in game 5. In game 5. I didn't understand. But you give Joe Harris 47 minutes. Joe Harris disappeared after game 1.
Hey, he won a 3-point contest.
Man, why did you? I didn't get that rotation in your choices of playing. What you relying on Kevin Durant? Literally been playing 48 plus minutes the last 3-4 games since game 5.
Right,
been playing 40 plus minutes. Then you got a hobbled James Harden on one leg, and you playing him the whole game too. That didn't make sense. Then you got a dude that can't hit water standing on a yacht in the middle of the ocean in Joe Harris, and you played him for 47 minutes. That shit didn't make no damn sense.
Not at all.
That showed how he's a rookie. And my thing is, he didn't play DeAndre Jordan this whole series. You could have used him to guard Giannis.
Or Hack. Shit.
Or Hack. Just do something. Like, you could have put him on Giannis, and I didn't get why he let KD guard Giannis. That's why Kevin was tired, because you gotta, when you guard Giannis, you're gonna expend some energy.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna spend some energy.
No doubt.
I didn't understand. I also didn't understand his defense against Giannis. So when Giannis was getting the ball at the top of the key, why didn't he not have a player right in his face right when he got the ball? What was Giannis doing that whole series when he was getting to the bucket? He had like almost there 5 feet of space.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he's at full steam ahead looking like a fullback on a halfback dive.
Right.
He's already got you beat. You let him get a full head of steam. When Giannis is not that skilled as a dribbler, if you in his face right when you get the ball.
Right.
Make him go around you. He's going to lose the ball 9 times out of 10. I don't care what you say.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably the slight difference between Ben Simmons and Giannis. I think Ben Simmons has enough ball handling skills. He can get around me.
Right.
Giannis don't.
No, he don't have it.
So if you got in his face, you could have shut all that shit down. Then you make him pass.
Right.
So I think Steve Nash lost this series for Brooklyn. Period. You know.
Yeah, it was some questionable adjustments or lack thereof for Steve Nash. Like I said, playing Harden so long, so many minutes
on one leg.
I didn't understand that.
I'm
assuming he figured that's his next best player, so he had to play him. But still, if you keep him fresh, he can do better. He can do more for you than he can being tired.
Because, and this is why I didn't care for James Harden play so many minutes, because it wasn't no secret that he's not at 100%.
Right.
You think Milwaukee didn't know that?
Right.
At some point, Milwaukee's gonna be like,
well, they act like because they want to take him to the hole.
But that's also Budenholzer.
Right.
So I'm gonna get to that in a second.
I've been posting them up.
Now that we're there, I didn't like Budenholzer coaching in this series. He got bailed out.
You talking about that Budenholzer?
Yeah, the coach of the Bucks, Mike Budenholzer. No, not Boomhauer from King of the Hill. No, that's Boomhauer. I didn't like Budenholzer.
Hey, same thing to me.
I didn't like some of the coaching thing. I didn't get why he did the same thing of only pretty much running a 8-man rotation. Pretty much Pat Connaughton was the only one that got, minutes off the bench. He got 23.
Right.
Forrest got 5, and Antetokounmpo's older brother got 1 minute. But
that's all he needs. That's all he deserves.
I don't know what Milwaukee's doing with their game. Like you got Giannis taking 6 attempts from beyond the arc. Is he gonna make some every now and then?
Right.
He's gonna miss a lot more.
Why is he shooting it?
He's gonna miss a lot more than he's gonna make.
Now you should be on the Milwaukee team. That's another bandwagon thing I don't like. I'm listening to the sports. When Milwaukee lose, I don't know what's going on with Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is not that great of a player. He's all right. He's average.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He ain't have a good shooting night though.
Hold on, wait a minute. when they win, he's the best shooter on their team. Chris Middleton is great. He's one of the best shooters in the NBA. I'm like, what? He can't be both.
It's one or the other.
It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? He cannot be both. And I'll be like, that's I can't stand that bandwagon stuff, bro. I just can't get on that. If somebody, if you say something, stand on it.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I said I put the Clippers down. I did.
Yeah.
Stand on it.
Yeah, you've been putting them down for a minute.
I stand on it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Facts though. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that that Brooklyn, especially at Game 7, man, I was looking at that game like, what is the refs doing? That final play, though, I want to go back to that because that final play was so, well, not the final play, but that play with Brook Lopez was so jinky.
You talking about going before in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, before
OT.
For OT.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm like, it goes to people like basketball. It's all rigged. Sometimes you see stuff like that, it make you think that because like, why first of all, the ball hit the rim, and the shot clock didn't reset. So imagine the shot clock reset, they could run another 24 seconds off. I think it was only 40 something or 30 something seconds left at the time. It wasn't a lot of time on the clock. I can't remember what it was. So you ran another 24.
Yeah.
And possibly if you would have made the shot,
game over.
Game was over.
Yeah.
Because even if they hit a 3, you still up. I think it's about 1 or 2.
Yeah.
They gotta foul you. You hit those shots, it's pretty much over with. So that was crazy. And then like in OT, Steve Nash didn't make those adjustments. You had to, you could have said KD down for a minute. Harden should have been sitting down. Because you don't need them fresh on that long stretch at the end.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't need them fresh because it's going. Cause you see how the game. So here it is. You watching the game as a coach, and you see how the game. It's a tight game.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna need KD at the end of the game because it's a tight game.
Let me rest him.
He about to give him 10. I mean, not 10 minutes. He about to give him 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So he can kind of rest a little bit, give him something to drink. Get rid of cotton mouth, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get on back in there.
Yeah.
But at least you give him some time.
Let him brush his hair.
Right. Let him get a kitty kit right quick. You know what I'm saying? Put the rollers in that mud, something. But anyway,
That nigga Kevin Durant need that Just For Me kit, bro.
Just for me. For real. I was looking, they got a close up on him like, this is all nappy. This is all nappy.
Hey,
like, what's up with these young players and their hairline be all missing? I was like, what's going on? He got the T-tops too.
Hey, Kevin Durant was like growing up, he was like, his basketball coach was like, hey son, do you want to spend time brushing hair or taking jump shots? I'm choosing jump shots. Right. These jump shots are going to get me a lot farther in life than brushing my hair. Waves? Fuck is a wave?
Right. Do-rag. You need a do-rag. It's like LeBron be wearing a do-rag. So what you waving your neck, nigga?
Waving your scalp.
Your forehead. What you got do-rag on for? Your hairline back here. You don't need to do it. The time for a do-rag is over with.
Hey, oh, bro. Hey, LeBron the type of motherfucker that keep wearing that shit. And his hairline, if he was in the army, he'd be saluting at the top of his head. At ease.
Right.
Like, niggas, you waving?
I nigga pull out that do-rag head like a Sharpay.
Oh, my God.
All wrinkled all up.
We gonna get canceled.
All right, back to sports.
Yeah, we gonna get canceled. But no, look, I think that was just
nigga forehead look like knuckles.
Oh goodness.
Oh, all right, I'm done.
You done? Yeah, you sure?
I'm done.
Oh God. No, I thought it was just bad coaching on literally both sides. And I think Brooklyn is lucky to get that victory on Game 7 because I think they got bailed out.
You mean the Bucks?
Oh yeah, the Bucks. I think the Bucks got
unlucky.
Yeah, they got unlucky.
Right.
But I think Steve Nash doomed the Nets and Budenholzer got bailed by Steve Nash.
Right.
Because that could have easily went Brooklyn's way, and it should have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm kind of with you. It was sprinkling a little kind of iffy officiating too.
Man, officiating. It might have been with Lamar Odom the night before.
Hit this shit.
The WC better for them plays.
Fucking with them damn Kardashian and Jenner girls. Hey, look, y'all. We have come to the end of hour 1, and of course, the foolishness is silly as hell. But look, go download the I.O.W. Network app.
Right.
It's available in your respective app stores. Like I said earlier, Google Android users going over to your Google Play Store. Apple iOS users going over to the Apple Store. Go download the app because we are ending the live stream visually here, and we are transitioning to the I.O.W. Network radio app for hour 2. And you can also call in with your hot takes, comments, whatever you want to say, get some shit off your chest.
Right.
The phone number is scrolling right now on the WhatsApp. We will see y'all listen to us on the I.O.W. Network app, hour 2. Peace.